Here we have the flow meter and we're in our calibration rig, so if I just power the thing up, and then as you can see we've just got our calibration pipe here. So I'm just going to go through the process of setting it up on the pipe. So let's start by measuring the circumference of the pipe. So we just take our tape measure for that. Obviously we'll just measure here. I'm measuring 280 millimeters circumference. So as you can see, it's pretty obviously a PVC pipe. On our rig we obviously know there's water in there, so let's just go through the setup of the menu now for you. So let's have a look. Hopefully you can see that okay. So we'll just go into site setup and then site details. So we can measure diameter or circumference, and we're going to measure circumference, and I just measured 280 millimeters. So the pipe material is PVC. You get a big choice there: stainless steel, copper, carbon steel, aluminium, ductile iron, that's pretty popular, and asbestos cement, often lined. So we'll just select PVC, and then we earlier measured the wall thickness with the thickness gauge at 5.5 millimeters. We'll cover that in a separate video. We know the fluid is water. Now, when you have water, if you know the temperature, you can enter it here. Now, the flow meter does correct for temperature, but it's good to get the setup just right if you can. And then you get the averaging, and then you get a choice of sensor. Today we've just got the standard sensor. So let's just check that. We've got no liner on this pipe, and we're going to go in V mode. That's where we have two sensors on the same side of the pipe. Okay, so now we'll go back to measure flow, main menu, and now it gives us a separation suggesting 36.1 millimeters. So let's just get on the pipe and we'll set the rail up. So the rail always goes on first. Rail's a very simple device. You have the scale here, so 36.1. We'll just approximate that to 36. And all we do is obviously now it's always better to have the sensors in a horizontal plane. This bubble level becomes important in Z mode when we're looking at the opposite sides of the pipe. So, but in you get air and debris here, so we always work horizontally if we can. Let's just check. I'm being photographer and demonstrator tonight, I'm afraid. Okay, so we've got the rail on. Now let's take the sensors. Now this is our flow rig, so I know the direction of flow. The pump's going this way. But now what we'll do, we'll just take some couplant. The front half of the sensor's the area to aim for. So this will be my upstream sensor. Just pop that in there. You don't need any particular tension on there, just make sure it's firmly attached. On the flow meter, it's clearly marked upstream and downstream, so I'm placing this into the upstream connector, and we repeat the procedure of couplant. one into the downstream connector, and that's the setup done really. So now we'll just when we're happy with that, we just press enter, measure flow, and there we are. We're in the main flow screen now. Let's have a look. What can we show you on here? Obviously there's no flow. The cursor's flashing here. If you press the down arrow, you can see the cursor will rotate around the screen to give you different options. So if I see the option is flashing, so I can select options, get a choice of views. On the second parameter, we can choose totalizer or whatever we like there, and that's, yeah. Now this is what I was actually looking for. Next view, you get an extra measurement on there, and we have a graph setting, or we have just a simple display back to the start. Now the logger is pretty simple here. This switches the log on and off, and there you can see it's logging. We have a flashing symbol, record symbol there. Let's just switch that off. Now here we have the clock, we have the battery level. Now here we have, on the left we have transmitted power, and then we have received signal. So this is showing a low transmitted signal, and a big receiver echo amplitude. So we know we've got a good signal there. So that is the device set up. We can check. We can also check the. See if we can just confirm. If we choose as a measurement at the top there, let's just choose RX voltage. Okay, we have nearly 300 millivolts available. That's a big signal. The system can measure down to 1 millivolt, which is great. We transmit at high voltage and we can receive very small voltages. So we'll put that back to flow, and that is the setup in V mode of the device. We'll repeat this procedure for Z mode now.